It is Thursday, January 21st, 2021, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. The news just keeps on coming, and today we've got a bunch to talk about, including Rico Abreu's new ride, where Kyle Larson is racing next, more on Shaffer and Heffner, plus new Silver Crown rides for Jason McDougal and Shane Cockrum. So let's jump in. With Jack Hodenshield set to run races this season in the Rico Abreu Racing 24, we were left wondering this week where Rico would end up, and we got our answer last night. In a tweet sent last night by Rico, he announced he's teaming back up with Paul Silva to run the Works Limited at 57 car. We don't know their schedule yet, but they will be in action this weekend at the Wild Wing Shootout at Arizona Speedway. Here's where things get a tad confusing. There were a lot of posts yesterday asking about Kyle Larson's future with Paul in the 57 with this news now about Rico. And the important thing to note here is there are actually two 57 sprint cars. They look mostly the same, but are in reality two different cars owned by two different guys. The car Larson ran for much of the 2020 season is owned by Paul Silva. The 57 that Rico will drive with Paul wrenching is owned by Kevin Kozlowski, who has owned cars on the West Coast for years. I know it's confusing. When you see the cars, they have the same 57. They have, the same basic white paint scheme, the same sponsors on them. So they do look like the same race cars, but they are not. When Larson does have time to race this season in a sprint car, it will still be with Paul and his 57 machine. Rico and Silva are working together again after a few years apart. The pair did spend 5 years together, racking up a ton of wins across the country, and I'm sure are hoping they can pick up right where they left off. Rico did win 2 All-Star races in 2020 at Muskingum County and Attica, but he hasn't won a World of Outlaws show since 2018. His best Outlaw finish in 2020 was a third on the opening night of the Ironman weekend at Pevely in August. There is practice at Arizona Speedway tonight for the sprint cars before the Wild Wing Shootout kicks off tomorrow night. We'll have plenty more on the Wild Wing Shootout on tomorrow's show, including which drivers you'll see in action. Speaking of Kyle Larson, who is fresh off that Chili Bowl victory last Saturday night, he's back on the dirt this weekend, but this time will be in a car with fenders. He's teaming back up with Kevin Rumley and will run his number 6 Super Late Model for both nights at Alltech Raceway with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Jacqueline Rumley tweeted they will only be racing the 2 Alltech nights and not at any of the races after at East Bay or Bubba. Larson made 3 Lucas appearances in 2020 with Rumley, most notably winning at Port Royal Speedway on August 29th. He finished 5th in the Port Royal opener that weekend, and then later raced at the Dirt Track World Championship, where he retired from the feature after issues. With Silva teaming with Rico, it sounds like Larson won't be in a sprint car during the Florida swing, but he will make sprint car starts later in the year. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is opening their 2021 schedule this weekend with those 2 nights at Alltech before heading to East Bay on Monday. The competitors have a practice night tonight at Alltech before racing starts tomorrow. They will also get a practice day at East Bay on Sunday. Once underway on Friday, the series will race 10 times in 12 nights up to February 2nd. We'll talk more about the opener on tomorrow's show. We talked yesterday about Tim Shaffer heading to Florida to race with Heffner Racing, and thanks to a story posted to Sprint Car and Midget yesterday by Kyle McFadden, we have more details on the pairing. They're not just going to race Florida, they will also team up full-time this season, which initially we didn't realize. They will have a busy schedule of races in central Pennsylvania, and they'll also run big shows like Knoxville and the Kings Royal. Shaffer will start the season with the All-Stars at East Bay, hit Volusia for Dirt Car Nationals with the All-Stars and the Outlaws. He'll go back to East Bay for King of the 360s before then returning to Pennsylvania. In the story, crew chief Heath Moyles said they were hoping Darren Pittman would return to the seat, but with nothing set, made the move to hire Shaffer. As we said yesterday, signs were pointing towards Pittman running a partial schedule with Heffner this year, and clearly the team thought that as well. It'll be interesting to see where Pittman does end up if he races at all this season. His 20th to 5th run at the Chili Bowl over the weekend shows he can still get it done, but there's no word or real rumors yet about where Pittman might end up. And then fresh off his Chili Bowl alphabet run last Saturday, Jason McDougall has found a Silver Crown Series home for 2021. He'll run all 7 dirt events in the Clatt Enterprises number 6 and continue working with Bob East. McDougall was in the Clatt Midget at the Chili Bowl, so this feels pretty much like a natural progression here. J-Mac will also run the Clatt Midget for a part-time USAC schedule. He takes over the Silver Crown ride from Brady Bacon, who had driven the car since 2018. Even though he only has 3 Silver Crown starts in his career, McDougal is a winner in National Sprint Car and National Midget competition. His last Silver Crown start came in 2019. To see more on that story, you can check that out at usacracing.com. In other Silver Crown ride news, Shane Cockrum has a new ride for the dirt portion of that schedule as well. He's partnered with longtime sponsor Ben Clements, and with equipment from the Hardy Boys team, with whom Cockrum drove for many years, is starting BLS Motorsports. He'll run the number 71 and have support from Ben's Lawn Service and Hustler Turf equipment. Cockrum, who's actually the Benton, Illinois fire chief, has 3 Silver Crown wins in his career. He made 3 Silver Crown starts in 2020, finishing top 10 each time out. He had a best finish of 4th in the Hoosier 100 at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. There's more on that story at usacracing.com as well. At East Bay last night, Kevin Adams held off Night 1 winner Drake Troutman in UMP modified action to grab the $1,000 check. Troutman finished 2nd, Chris Wilson 3rd, Jason Hughes 4th, and Devin Dixon was 5th. 3 nights of racing remain at East Bay for the modified competitors, with action culminating Saturday night with a 75-lap, 5,000 to win feature. The races are being streamed live on Flow Racing. Speaking of that streaming schedule, there are again 2 items on it today. Flow Racing 24/7 and then night 3 of the Winter Nationals from East Bay Raceway Park for those UMP modifieds and street stocks. Both of those happening at Flow. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. It'll be a busy show tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to talk about the Wild Wing Shootout this weekend. We'll preview the Lucas Oil late model races upcoming and talk about a number of other things. There's, we're kind of at this point now where the season is starting. There's going to be stuff happening all the time. I talked a couple of days ago about all of the racing that's coming up here in the coming days. We're basically going to have dirt racing every single night for the next several weeks. So a lot of stuff to talk about. Definitely want to dive into the Lucas Oil late model series opener and all of the guys we can expect to see and who we can expect to see be fast kind of right out of the box with that series. So a lot to talk about on the show tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Thursday. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. Those likes and subscribes on YouTube are appreciated as well. You can email the show at info@dirtracker.com. I do check those every single day. And you can follow DIRTRACKR on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at DIRTRACKR. That's DIRTRACKR. You can check out the website for all kinds of cool dirt racing stuff by visiting DIRTRACKR.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. That's it for the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more DIRTRACKR Daily.